Tuesday, 26th of March, you're back in business with me, Harsha Subramaniam. In the past 3 years, there has been an increase in M&A activity in the food and agriculture sectors. There have been more deals, bigger deals, cross-border deals. To take note of this trend and get a perspective, Dhanraj Bhagat from Thornton, India joins us on this conversation. Dhanraj, many thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Explain to us this overall trend that you're seeing in M&A activity in the food and agriculture space. You know, how many deals are happening? Why is this space so interesting?
We've seen over the last 3 years that deals have been increasing in this space. Largely, we've been seeing a lot of cross-border transactions. You had the Delhi Foods acquisition by IHC. In 2011, you had the Renuka Sugar acquiring Equipower in Brazil. So these are huge assets which are available overseas, and these we are seeing a lot of M&A activity in these transactions in this space. Also, we have seen some inbound transactions which have taken place. If you look at it, if you analyze the whole thing, about 90% of the M&A transactions are in cross-border transactions rather than the local transactions.
Which is Indian companies going out and
mainly Indian companies going abroad, and a few of them, the foreign companies, coming in and buying Indian assets.
Okay. Let's talk about the private equity interest. Why are private equity players finding the agri or food sectors hot? Which areas within this vertical is seeing more activity?
If you look at the farm sector, you have seeds, you have crop protection, and then you have farm equipments, then you go on to agri-logistics, and then you've got the front end, which is the restaurant space. Now, a lot of Ps are finding the seed sector, which, you see the challenges in Indian agriculture is what happens is that inadequate technology, small land holding, dependence on monsoon. You need these new methods, new technologies to come in and improve the yields in the fields. So what happens is that what we are finding that the seed sector is really favored by the private equity investors.
Sure.
Provided they have got enough research which has been done, and they cater to a wide variety of field crops. Also, what we are seeing is in the agri-logistics space, where warehousing is required to, a lot of grain is getting wasted and getting eaten up by rodents and etc. etc. So you require good warehousing facilities to make sure that food security, again, which is paramount for the government, is taken care of through these warehousing facilities.
When the foreign direct investment in retail happened, Dhanraj, many people said that you're going to see many foreign companies come up and set up cold chains, set up the back-end logistics.
Yes.
Are you seeing PE interest or foreign investment interest in these areas?
Like I said, PE is there in the agri-logistics space, which is warehousing for commodities. We've seen very few in the cold chain space, largely because I think the investments required are much larger.
So that's not yet happening?
It's not yet happening in the way that we are supposed to happen. Maybe one or two may have happened, but largely it is in the commodity space. And I think going forward, definitely we will see this trend happening. What happens is once you have the cold chain space, you also need to have the front end, which is the so-called the Walmarts and the other people of the world. So you will have, what do they say, from the farm to fork.
Sure.
The entire chain has to be covered. So that I think going forward will happen. But so far it has been only on the commodity warehousing space.
Let's talk about the fork, and there's been quite a bit of interest in front-end restaurants. Yes. We've seen a couple of IPOs happen in the past year. Do you see that trend continuing?
Yes, I think Ps are liking this space particularly because what happens is sort of a hedge against any economic down cycles. People go out to eat. Destination areas have become very popular. Eating outside is a leisure activity. Also, you have the nuclear family concept where both adults are working, so they need to go out and eat.
Sure.
So definitely different formats of restaurants are emerging. I'm surprised that Ps are actually investing in, right from the low end, which is just serving idli, dosa and chai, to the fine dining, which is like, where you have a 2,000 rupee meal a day. So the entire chain is being covered by the private equity investors.
Sure.
Largely because, yes, it's a hedge against the economic down cycle.
All right, Dhanraj Bhagat, many thanks for joining us with your perspective.
Thank you.
Dhanraj from Thornton on the private equity interest in the food and agriculture sectors. Up next, an exclusive conversation with Stephen Rowe.